Do you feel stuck in that job you're in? Or maybe a relationship? You know some things need to change, but you just can't seem to get past the self-sabotage. Well, it's your comfort zone. Is your comfort zone keeping you stuck? Yes, it is. So what is a comfort zone? Well, it's where you reside, where you feel safe and you feel comfortable and things seem easy. Oh, but I'm in a dead-end job. How can it be easy? I work in a toxic work environment. It's what you're used to. So you stay there because it's comfortable. Because any movement out of that situation, you feel so uncomfortable and it's scary. You want to change your financial situation. What are the excuses you're telling yourself? Or that bad relationship. People stay long overdue in abusive relationships because it's comfortable. When I work with people, the woman comes in and she said, I can't believe it. My dad was an alcoholic and I hated it and I couldn't wait to get out of there. And I married an alcoholic. And I don't understand. Well, it's because it was comfortable. Or you decide you're going to start something new and you strike out and you find yourself doubting, questioning, feeling, inadequate or insecure. And so you quit. It's your comfort zone. Well, our brain tells us that when we feel uncomfortable, it's not safe. And our mind and body will do everything in its power to keep us feeling safe. That's the reason you self-sabotage. A lot of people don't understand why they keep doing the same thing over and over again. They'll expect different results, but they're not going to happen. That's the definition of insanity. And so we all have our ceiling in this. And you have to be able to move past that. And so often that people will decide they need to change, and so they do all of this stuff to try to change, and then they give up. Today is January 19th, termed Quitter's Day. Why? Because most people quit in 19 days after they start something. And a lot of the reason is when you want to change, you don't prepare. You plan too much. And you're not doing it for the long haul. And when you see no results, there was a fitness app that surveyed 800,000 people. And this trend came out of that most people quit their exercise program 19 days into it. So, because of all the resolutions that were set, today, January the 19th, is Quitter's Day. Just knowing that, and you making the decision you're not going to quit. So there's a few things you can do to raise your ceiling of comfort. You focus on one area and do small steps. They feel uncomfortable, but it's not a vast amount of discomfort that will make you quit or self-sabotage. Small, tiny steps repeated until you feel comfortable. And then you do the next step. And you feel the discomfort until it feels comfortable. And gradually, step by step, over time, you will raise the ceiling on your comfort level. And you can move out of that. The second guessing, the doubting yourself, all of that will come into play every single time. Will you be afraid The pain of staying the same has to get greater than the fear of doing something different. And when that happens, you begin to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. It's real simple, but it is not easy. One tiny step, one little movement, 1 + 1 done consistently. And you have to be committed to that. Comfortable with being uncomfortable. Any movement in a forward direction creates momentum. You don't usually get motivated to do a big change. And so break it down into little segments and take that one step that you know you can reach. Embrace the discomfort and move through slowly. And you'll get a little more momentum. If it gets way overwhelming, back up a little bit, rest. Allow yourself room to breathe and engage again. If you struggle with this, I do coaching. The link's in the description to help you get unstuck, to move from where you're at, to help you move to where you want to go. We all need help time to time. I certainly have had help early on when I was changing myself, and it was so uncomfortable. And yet, the rewards on the other side are so great. Today, I have the freedom to be myself, which brings me to my sign-off line. Be you on purpose.